session based on the theme New Media, New Job was moderated by Shri Sameeran Walvekar, Director of MIT-ADT University's International School of Broadcasting and Journalism. The session witnessed the participation of Shri Raghavendra Verma, producer of the ZDF German television, Shri Mubarak Ansari, the managing editor of Punekar News, Shri T. Surendar, managing editor of the Morning Context.
We all know that the Indian newspaper has got a history of more than 242 years. We all know that this Bengal Gazette first started in 1779. And we have crossed a lot of stages in between till we have reached this digital stage. Our Doordarshan started in Maharashtra in 72, but before that it started in Delhi in 59. Needless to say, this Dish TV and DTH 19 years ago. Then this private TV channel after the Gulf War, we all know that it started 30 years back in 92, 93. Internet, almost 20 years more than that. But what remains the most important part of all this media journey is nothing but content. Content is always king. It will be king forever. You change your technical medium, you change your treatment, you change your platforms, maybe it's a web platform, maybe it's a television channel, DTH, whatever, or optic fiber, it's coming now. Content is always king. As far as you are catering good quality content, what people need, which relates to their life, with the help of your journalistic skills, that is always important and people want that.
This entire question, the definition of the term new media, right? I think as students, I would first lay it out to you. What is this new media actually? For 25 years, I've been in a print magazine. I've mostly been in print magazines. I've been in the business world. I've been with the Times of India. I've been with the India Today. Then I was with Fortune, and the last job was Fortune, which was a print magazine. I was there until 2019, actually 2020, just before the pandemic. It was a print magazine. It came once a month, but it had a readership. There were people willing to come on the cover. The last time Mukesh Ambani gave an interview, it was to the Fortune, right? So he never gave an interview otherwise. But why was he giving an interview to a Fortune magazine and not to any other new media if new media was the really important thing, right? So I want to first lay the definition of new media clear here. So for 25 years, I worked in print magazines. And somebody said that, look, print magazines are dying. I did not believe so. New media, not because the content is the same, not because if you look at it from the content point of view, it is the same. I haven't changed as a journalist. I'm doing the same thing. I'm calling up corporate chiefs. I'm getting their interviews. If they do something wrong, I just write about them. And that's what I did always, right? But still, I feel something is new with the media that I'm doing today, only because the medium is absolutely changed. In my magazine, when I write my story, nobody would come back to me and say, what have you written? In the Times of India, tens and thousands of people will read a good article, but I would not get a single feedback ever. It was a one-way medium. Nobody ever called you and told you, look, you have done a good story, right? So in the new medium, that's the fundamental difference. It's a two-way medium always. You thought that television was a two-way medium. It is not a two-way medium. It was always somebody saw a television and just went back, right? When I started here in the Morning Context, the first time I wrote a story, just after it was published at 8 o'clock, at 8:10, I had already people calling me up and said that, look, this is what we felt about your story. And what does it do to you as a journalist, right? It makes you immediately go back and see what you've done is right or wrong. So I'm saying that the fundamental issue about new medium is that your feedback is almost immediate. It's like having a feedback in your steering wheel. I mean, people who play games will know this. If you have a steering wheel which has no feedback, you don't feel like driving a car. But if you have a feedback wheel, you actually feel you're driving a car. So that is the fundamental difference about what a new medium is.
Sir, the only thing which I want to tell the students, ज़्यादा गैप नहीं है आप लोगों के बीच और मेरे बीच में. Like till few years back, I was also on the other side of the table. If you want to be a journalist, you should be ready to go and meet people. It can't be done sitting in the room, sitting at home. अगर आप नहीं मिलना चाहते हैं, so you should change the sector or change the job profile. अगर आपको जर्नलिस्ट बनना है, you have to go meet people, चाहे बारिश हो, धूप हो, कुछ भी हो. You should first understand the job profile of the medium in which you want to work. There is no substitute for hard work, and you should be always ready to go and meet people and report things if you are a journalist. There are other job roles also which you can do if you don't want to go on the field. But जैसा मैं बताया गया, एक जब बातें हैं आप यहाँ कोर्स करने के लिए या कोई भी जर्नलिज्म कोर्स में जाते हैं तो देयर इज़ अ थिंग कि आप जर्नलिस्ट ही बनना चाहते हैं. एंड जर्नलिस्ट वही हैं जिसको आप देखते हैं टीवी पर या आप देखते हैं कि वो रिपोर्टिंग कर रहा है, वही देखकर आप यहाँ पे आए हैं. सो यू शुड बी एबल टू डू दैट. डिजिटल मीडिया और द न्यू मीडिया, वी आर यूजिंग इंटरनेट. पहले रेडियो आया, पहले न्यूज़पेपर आया, रेडियो आया, टेलीविज़न आया और अभी न्यू मीडिया है. द थिंग इज़ द मीडियम हैज़ चेंज्ड. वी आर यूजिंग इंटरनेट इन एवरीथिंग. डिवाइसेस आर देयर, सॉफ्टवेयर्स आर देयर, computers are there. These are the new things which have happened. They give you a wide reach. If you have that journalistic passion in you, you can start your own media with a single person. You can start your YouTube channel. You don't need any investment. You can start with your phone also. But you should be on the right path. And if you are on the right path, you are doing good job, your company will grow. You will build your own company.
In television news, none of the sentence could be more than 10 words. And it is not that this is some kind of a style any of the news channel would adopt. It is how much a viewer on television can grasp in one sentence. It's human psychology. You cannot beat it. You write a 20-second sentence and then you will be lost and you would not be able to communicate. These are the skills you must know. And say for television, when you come, you should know that pictures are the first thing that hit your mind, that you relate to. Then comes the voice, and then the written words if there are any subtitles or something. So these are very detailed things that hopefully you would be taught in the school and you know, and when you go out in the field, you would use them to excel. And it's not that media will change, it will keep changing. So maybe 20 years, 30 years from now, again there would be huge change and you would have to update your skills, how to use technology, how to use new devices, how the editing softwares change, how you file your reports and who would read them. If you are making films, or news films, then you are filming in a particular way, but then you should know that many of advanced news channels have their television, their websites where they make news just, it's very different from television for what they are doing on their websites. And websites no more are treated as a wall where every content which has been created for television or print is being put for viewing. No, it's been directed to particular audience, and for example, your news which you have filmed would be cut vertically, sides will go so that it could be viewed easily on a mobile phone. And then there would be short subtitles or your speech, so you would know most of the viewers on mobile phones do not listen because they are in crowded environments and they just see and read. So there has to be very small titles, small news with the pictures. These things, there would be experts who would have already researched, and you would have to learn them as and when you enter that particular media. And of course, you cannot learn everything in every media what is required, but you must be ready to learn. Otherwise, you would be just saying, "Oh, journalism jobs are ended. We are."